YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, DraftKings, Pinterest, Tinder, FarmersOnly.com. It's me again. Hey, it is time for Motivated Moments in History. Alright kids, this is the story of Captain Ben Salomon. He is an army dentist in World War II who single-handedly killed 98 enemy soldiers. Now, I'm sure he's not the only dentist that kills soldiers because Fort Hood Dental Clinic sucked. And I'm pretty certain that a few soldiers succumbed to their incompetence because they'd much rather you rot and die instead of giving you a cavity filling. Like, seriously, in 2009, you couldn't get an appointment unless you're a Cat 4. True story. Anyway, Ben Salomon, he was born in 1914 in Milwaukee. He got a dental degree from USC in 1937. And in 1940, he was drafted into the Army and given a job of an infantryman where he was noted as being the best in his company. And within a year, he was promoted to sergeant and was assigned as team leader of a machine gun team. Alright, so later that year, it was discovered that he was a dentist, and he was given the opportunity of being commissioned to serve as a dentist in the Army. Well, he declined big time, like, no, I want to be a grunt. I don't want to be a stupid dentist. But his commander gave him no choice. He was given a mandatory commission as a second lieutenant in 1942 and was assigned as a dentist in the 105th Infantry Division. Now, as a dentist, he refused to do any dental work, but instead he found his way into a job as an infantry instructor. His commanding officers, they knew this and knew he shouldn't be doing it, but they didn't mind because they said that he was good. In fact, they even said that he was the best instructor they ever had. Alright, now in 1944, his unit finally deployed to Saipan. He was working as a unit surgeon at a forward beach position. Alright, he was there for just 1 month when all hell broke loose. Alright, up until this point, Americans have been waxing some Japanese. They wiped out 90% of the 30,000-man force. The Japanese general instructed his remaining troops to launch a suicide mission and gave them an order that each man needs to kill at least 10 Americans and don't stop killing until they die an honorable death. I mean, that's who these guys were. There was no diplomacy, no peace talks, no surrender. These guys were just a bunch of drugged out Ninja Turtles with machine guns and karate kicks wanting nothing more than to kill some white people. Alright, anyway, while tending to the wounded in his care, Captain Salomon saw an enemy soldier run up from a tree line and he stabbed a couple already wounded American soldiers. Captain Salomon was like, "Nuh-uh, not on my watch," and he grabbed some dude's rifle and shot that guy's face off. Now, by this time, Americans' front lines were getting depleted pretty bad, and waves of Japanese troops just storming in. And Captain Salomon at this time saw 2 more enemy troops walk into his position and charge for the medical tent where he was at. And he was like, I may be a dentist, but today I'm Rambo. And he butt-stroked the 2 dudes. And while they were dazed, he shot one and bayoneted the other in the stupid freaking face. While he was slaying these guys, 4 more ran up on him. So he killed each one. And he killed each one in a different method. He shot one. He stabbed one with a knife. He stabbed the other one with a bayonet. And then get this, he headbutted the 4th one to death. Headbutted. This guy used his face as a weapon and headbutted the guy to death. It was at that point that he knew their position was about to be overrun. And so he told his staff to evacuate the patients and themselves as he grabbed a machine gun and stayed behind to facilitate their retreat and slay some motherfucking bodies! He was ultimately killed in this battle, but not before he managed to man multiple machine guns and kept fighting despite sustaining 76 gunshots and stab wounds. 76! Bruh! I can stub my toe and I'm out for the count, but this guy got shot and stabbed 76 times and kept laying down some hate. He ended up killing a total of 98 enemy troops that day. Now, when this story came to light, he was put in for the Medal of Honor. Like, no duh, right? But since he was get this, but since he was a dentist, those bureaucratic douchebags up in Washington said that he couldn't get one because he should have never have been holding a weapon. What a bunch of turds. I mean, this guy gave his life after saving his staff, after saving his patients, and killing 98 doped up ninjas, one by headbutting him to death. He couldn't get an award because he was a dentist and therefore should have just let his patients and staff die because, you know, he shouldn't be holding a weapon. If that ain't garbage, I don't know what is. I mean, this guy got nothing. I've seen people get Army Achievement Medals for passing a PT test, and this guy was a one-man expendable sequel and got nothing. Anyway, in 1998, one of the heads of the USC Dentistry School was going over the records of the past alum or whatever, and came across Captain Solomon. He read the story, liked it. He wrote his congressman, and the paperwork started getting submitted. On May 1st, 2002, G-Dub posthumously awarded Captain Solomon the Medal of Honor. Woo! 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 And that, kids, is Motivated Moments.